What is up, Halo fans? I am here with a little update on this stand, and I'm going to show you a couple other things. But first, I just want to say happy birthday to my favorite person in the whole world. Love you very much, and I hope you listen to this, and hope to see you soon, and love you, love you, love you, times forever. So, or times a billion, whatever, you know what I'm saying. You're my favorite person ever. Will always be. So, moving on. Um, I I had these rocks. I sanded them because the bottoms are not flat for some reason. I just need to get. I don't need to look at the files. The next time I'll just cut them in the slicer. One of my softwares will cut them. But the rocks are on. I think I put too many of these the biggest of the smaller ones, but I don't care. I think it looks good. It's just rubble. I think once the statue's up, I mean the other one definitely has less, but I think once the helmet's up, it's still gonna look just as cool. And I did put the little supports I was talking about because it leans backwards. This foot definitely needs it. So that's me picking it up, but it's pretty sturdy. Plus, with the Chief, it does counterbalance some, even with the hammer that goes on them. If anybody's ever seen the hammer, this is it. So it goes on the Chiefs in here with some blood, and then it'll, it's not even heavy, but it's, when you're talking about things that aren't heavy either, it's not like it's not doing anything to the weight, but it's cool. You can see. I'm not gonna get up and go to the other one, but the point is that it needs that. This one might need it too. I'm not sure once I have everything glued. Like really, at this point, I just need to glue the chieftain together, and then weather him. But I need to not touch up some paint. I want to do a little more work on the armor. I know somebody might look at it and be like, "What are you fucking talking about? That shit is perfect." You can look in the other video and be like, "It looks finished," but. With me, I'm going to go in and do a little variation in the color in some places. It just, you have to see it. If you need to go look at my other one. I put the extra work in, thinning down the paints, making sure they are transparent when I put them over. It's like a whole big thing that I do with it. I want it to look, I just want it to look like that. So, but it basically looks like this right now. And I found this little, I don't know what the fuck that is. But anyway, I gotta do all the painting of these black. So anyway, so then once it's done, it'll be for sale. And if anybody is interested in this or any of my work, I just need you to know that you can make payments. And if I don't have something in stock and you order it, it's 50% down. And then payments that we can come to an agreement. I have done it with many people, and just like anything else you see, is 50% down, then you can make payments. You can't make a dollar payment, but because I know, because I talk to a lot of people, there's a lot of people that want it, but it's just too expensive for them, and they see the value, but it's just out of their reach. And then there are those that would never pay this much. Which, as a collector, I've paid a lot for statues that I wanted, so I can't really say much. And by the way, you get an invoice every time you make a payment. I send you an updated invoice. This way, you don't have to worry about feeling like you're getting robbed or any of that shit. So, which would never happen with me. But none of those payments are refundable. That's the only thing. So once I start building it, that's the end. But anyway, so this is going to be, like I said, hopefully, or not like I said, but I'm saying I think it'll be done in the next 2 weeks. I'm hoping it is. I want to put it up for sale before Xmas comes. And then, what else? Oh, so I was talking about doing a diorama a couple videos ago. So I made a little 5-inch Chief. He does come apart. I painted him in the green. I wasn't going to because I wanted to airbrush them, but I've just thinned down the paint, and it's so much easier to use thin paint on the smaller scale, like the miniatures, than it would be on the full scale. Because my brother, he paints Warhammers, and he's always like, you gotta thin the paint, because that's what a lot of those people do. And I agree, it's good for certain things, but the bigger statues, I've never found it to be useful. I just use an airbrush as much as I can because, like this, for example, there's no brush strokes at all on it. It was two coats of thin down paint, and it looks great. But that would not work on a big model. It just will. That paint that I'm thin, I know for a fact because I've tried it. It just, when you're doing a piece, like for example, I'm doing this piece. Look how little it is. The brush is like, Meh. If it's on the other models, it's like this big. So you're kind of, you know what I'm saying? You're having to dip the brush more than once. So you're gonna have to put like 4 coats on it. And look, this is just my experience with it. And it does have the little hook shot on it, grapple hook, whatever. So yeah, I'm gonna get to work. I might just airbrush it just to make sure I covered everything. I hate to find little spots I missed later. With the airbrush, it's so small. It's like 2 sprays and he's fucking done. But look, he does come apart. I'm dead. So I don't know if I can put them together without making them fall apart. That arm with the gun keeps falling out. So the idea is to have these floods, and I'm gonna probably do like different. I have a couple different poses. I might, now that I've seen how these easily printed, didn't have any problems. I mean, look at them. They're so tiny, and every detail's on them. So I just maybe get a couple variations, and then I have this carrier that I'm gonna put. And then what's it gonna go on is something like this. I'll just show you real quick. I know it's messy. So just say like a 12 by 5 piece like this. This is going to be for the statue. This is the stand that's getting used for the statue. We can't really, but I'm just saying it'd be like something like this floor. And I was trying to do it to where there was a gap in here with the clear. I would get like blue see-through, but I'd have to set the file up in a certain way where I may even have to do something like print the blue bottom and then print this separate. But the problem with that is you have to print it on a raft. And if I do that, what happens is the bottom's no longer see-through. So really, honestly, it would be better to print a clear blue, right? Than print these one at a time. Not on here. I have to print them in resin probably. Like just print like, I don't know, however many I need. And then I would cut them in the program so I wouldn't have to worry about having to cut them after, like the edge ones. But then give them enough gaps where the light would shine through. That's some ideas I have. I can't do them right now. I just don't have the budget to be messing around like that. I mean, I wish I did, people. I could make some cool stuff for the community that if they were interested in buying it, they would get like a light up floor and all this other shit. I do have one idea I'm about to explain, but let's just finish this. So it basically it'd be like them coming at him. I chose this pose. I didn't want the gun up pose. I may do one in the future with his gun up and then have like a little fire at the end of the tip, like the bullet came out. I have never done that before. It's something I would like to do. I just don't have the time, money, knowledge for that right now. But and then I would like to do some cooler flooring. I really can't find halo type walls, but we'll see. It's just gonna have to be, I mean, I want it to look like it's in the library, so that floor already canceled that out, but it is what it is, you know. So it'll still look cool. I think I'll do it. I'm gonna make it nice. It'll be a floor and a wall. Might put a door. Like he's walking past the door. I'm not sure yet, you know. Like I really don't know. But I just want to get this out of the way so I can show you what's going on. Now, I've had numerous people since I've posted that ask me how much I sell those for. Now I'm just gonna be straight up. That takes me a week to print because I can't stay up 24/7. So I gotta print one piece every day. Sometimes I can get like 2 plates done, you know, like I'll set one, just say now, and then when I wake up I'll start another one tomorrow, and it might finish before I go to bed and it might not, depending on. Now I could lay here's the thing, I could lay all the pieces flat and cut the time down, but then it's a lot more work to sand it. I mean, I put the pieces to where they have the least amount of sanding necessary, because then you get a nicer product. I don't cut the corner and try to speed it up. I'm just not going to do it. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to sit there and sand like a fucking moron. I know what I'm doing, so I try to. I mean, you still get some bumps here and there that I miss, but you're not going to get like a pimply. I mean, you might, but in the end, unless you're going to stand on top of your fucking statue, you probably won't see them. If you want to examine it with a microscope, then whatever, binoculars, okay. But we're not. This is resin printing. Sometimes that's what you get. Now, what I wanted to say is my plan is. Oh, as far as the pricing goes, look, I'm just going to tell you right now, for that statue on a fucking stand, that's a 21-inch tall statue. For me to print that shit over a week, that's like 3 bottles of resin to print that about. It's probably a couple jugs of paint. I don't really go by, I don't price it based off like my supplies. I also base it off the fucking amount of time it would take to paint that shit and get it ready. I charge about, on average, $500 for the smaller version. That one's about a third bigger. And I'm just going to tell you, you'd have to work on them to understand this. This is not the same work. It's just like this one here. Yes, it's hard work, but it's faster in some ways and harder in other ways. That motherfucker, and that's not the first one I made, is not like painting the 14-inch, roughly 14-inch 6-scale ones. So I charge, like I said, depending on if you get extra weapons, grenades, and all that other secondary weapon, sidearm, that adds to the price. Not free, but so that statue, as it sits with no extra nothing, just if I were to paint one like the Chief, like that one, it would include like obviously the 117, the decal on the gun, and just a basic magnetic stand, something like that, sort of. It's going to be at least $1,000. That's just how it is. You can make your own if you want. I'm just telling you, you're going to get my paint, my quality, my work, my fucking time, which is going to be a lot of time. I mean, I don't care if somebody else can do it faster or fucking have them do it. I never really painted. I mean, I have. It's been a long time since I painted one like the Chief. It would take a lot less time than that paint job. That paint job, if somebody were like, make me my NFL team, I'm telling you right now, that's a lot of work. That is a lot of fucking work. I don't even know what that price would be. But just the basic Chief is at least $1,000 to start. That's my guess right now. But in the future, my plan is, I gotta hurry up because I don't have much time left, is to have, you see, all right, let's put it this way. You see these? This is my plan. You see these hexes? So I want to, the stand will be hexes, like all different heights. You know what I'm saying? Like some lower, some taller, some, maybe even some getting smaller as it goes to the outside. And then in the middle, that quarter scale is going to be standing on a hex that's like this, made like this. Sorry about my foot. So you would have I remember that stand. Hexes, like, just pretend a bunch of these without the curved sides, with straight sides, like all around, and then a bigger one in the middle that's going to be tall, like say that tall, standing above the rest. Not orange, but in probably blue. I could do it in green. I haven't decided. Likely blue. Don't fall. And I'm going to try to light it. So that statue, so basically it's that statue painted like this. I'm getting closer. Painted like this, okay? It could even be this pose of the Chief, 21 inches tall, on that fucking stand with all those extra weapons. You're looking at $1,500. And you can complain all you want, but that shit, when you see it, it's gonna blow away any of this shit. It won't blow away these, but you understand what I'm saying. So I'm just trying to give some ideas of what I have coming up. The stand, so I'll be printing the center hexagon separately. Sorry, I just got to get some of the right stuff. So it'll be like a big ass hexagon. I mean, he takes up the quarter scale one takes up like almost this whole thing. So this thing would be a big ass hex, but it'll be like 4 inches tall and standing above all the gray hexes. All the other hexes around it will be not see-through. Only that one will be lit up and see-through. But anyway, this video is really long, and I know people probably won't even make it to the end, but if you do, now you have an idea of what I want to do with the quarter scale. That is when I will officially sell them, when I have that stand done. And look out, that shit's going to be the bomb. So, alright, don't forget to like, follow, and share, and donate. My link to my Venmo is in my profile, and I appreciate you all, and have a good night. Peace.